All right.
Yo, yo, yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the #1 rated Paulie and Tony Fusco Show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco with Tony.
Yo.
Huge show today.
Oh, yeah,
and as
let's
you know,
go.
everyone comes to us for our elite boxing analysis,
Of
which we
course.
do once every 2 to 3 years.
Yo.
A lot of drama surrounding Jake Paul and this fight, the government stepping in. We'll tell you
Yo.
why this is so great. Just for all sports, Tony. And,
Of course.
a development involving a Dallas Cowboy being arrested. We'll tell you why the media has this story all wrong. And
Yeah.
talking about media people who are all wrong, our producer back there, as you know, last week, he lost the footage of
Embarrassing.
Tony at Fanatics Fest. Yeah, embarrassing. Well,
Yeah,
it turns out he
this
finally
guy's-
found it. He finally
I didn't lose
pulled it out of his ass. What?
wait,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Here
What?
he is. There he is.
What?
What?
Honestly, I can't believe you actually want to play it on the show. It's not good content.
Oh, well, you know what's not good content? Your face.
Yeah. Ugly.
Yeah,
Now
enough
shut
out
up.
of you. The people have been waiting.
Yeah.
Because you kept them waiting. But we're going to
Exactly.
show it later in the show, including in it Tony's heated confrontation with Darren Ravel.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
When you put it together, Tony, he probably paid off our producer not to show the footage. He probably
Yeah,
said,
he's hoping
lose
that
the
we
footage.
wouldn't show it exactly
Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
embarrassing for
Yeah.
him.
Embarrassing. Anyway,
Yeah.
you know what's embarrassing? It's people who don't subscribe, like, rate, and review on Apple
And
Podcasts.
share.
If you're sitting
Yup.
there and you haven't done it, well, shame on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
What are you
Quit
doing?
being a lump. Go share and subscribe.
All right, anyway.
Yeah.
Look, we got a lot to get to because we do the work on this show, and we're going to
Yeah,
get
we
right
do.
into it all right now with our top story.
Top story.
First out the gate, huge story. The Department of Homeland Security announcing that boxer Julio Cesar Chavez has been arrested by ICE for his involvement in organized crime and trafficking explosives. Tony, what are your thoughts here?
Frankly, I hope that Julio Cesar Chavez gets deported.
Yup.
Not because he possibly committed those crimes, but because he lost to Jake Paul.
Yup.
That's an embarrassment to this country and his country too.
Yup.
Frankly, that should be a rule. If you lose to Jake Paul, you get deported.
Yup.
Sorry, Mike Tyson, but you gotta go.
Yeah, if I'm Mike Tyson, frankly, I'd self-deport myself.
You have to.
You lose the fight, it's straight off to Puerto Rico forever.
Yeah, that's
you gotta
it.
do
Makes
it.
total sense.
Yeah,
Puerto Rico is
100%.
part of the United States. So you can't get deported there.
I'm gonna deport you to the bottom of the ocean if you keep interrupting.
Yeah,
Stop
just
talking.
shut up. Just be quiet.
You're not helping the
please.
show anyway.
Ugh.
Staying on track here instead of going off on tangents. In a related story to this, Tony, you see this? Jake Paul suing TV host Piers Morgan for claiming that the fight against Julio Cesar Chavez was rigged so Jake Paul would win. And, Tony, you want to handle this?
Before I dive in and answer, I'd like to consult my lawyer first. So just give me one quick second.
Good idea.
Yo, Tony here. You know that Piers Morgan guy, the annoying British guy? He's saying these Jake Paul fights are rigged, and now he's getting sued. And I wanted to know if I could comment on it without getting sued by Jake Paul, too. Yeah, I know everyone knows the fights are rigged, especially that Mike Tyson fight, which was clearly rigged by the mafia. But I'm wondering if I can say that on the show right now without getting sued. Yeah, I'm on the air right now. Hello? Hello? Damn Verizon.
Well, what do you say there, Tony? What happened?
I couldn't hear it. Cut out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we try. Hey, you know what? Let's just move on. To
Yeah, let's
another
just move on.
subject. Yeah. Tony, you see this? The United States lost to Mexico 2-1 in the Gold Cup,
Yeah.
which is a soccer tournament which was played down in Houston. And, Tony, we don't pay attention to soccer except when it's a total embarrassment to the United States, which it always is.
Yup.
We can't let this happen again, can we?
I know what I'm going to say is controversial, but I don't understand why Team USA Soccer didn't consult ICE before the loss against Mexico.
Yup.
We could have had an advantage in that game if we simply detained and deported some of their players before the match.
Yup.
We just saw ICE deport a boxer, so why can't they deport soccer players too?
Great question, Tony. I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about it, if we have green cards to let people in, Well, soccer has red cards.
Exactly.
Which should work the opposite way, right?
Exactly. Again, very controversial, but how do you expect to beat Messi if you don't imprison him?
Just great soccer and also international political analysis there, Tony.
Thank you.
Well, now let's move to basketball and NBA 2K, which just released its cover for this year's game. Now, usually we don't discuss video games on the show because that's for nerds.
Yeah.
But the NBA and 2K, they chose to put Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the cover. Now, some people are saying, well, this is bad for business, but Tony, they don't get the whole picture here, do they?
No, not at all. You know, my sources tell me that users had been complaining about NBA 2K having lags and slowdowns due to too many people being on the platform at once.
Yep.
So they strategically placed SGA on the cover in order to sell fewer games and minimize internet traffic so the game would work better. You know, we saw this with Madden in 2005 when they put Clinton Portis on the cover. That game was so smooth due to only 7 people buying that game that entire year.
Yep, just makes perfect sense when you lay it all out like
Yeah.
that, Tony. And, well, to more basketball news, the Pacers have announced that their star Tyrese Halliburton will miss all of next year due to injuring his Achilles in Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And, well, the Pacers really blew this one, didn't they, Tony?
They really did. You know, if I'm Tyrese Halliburton, I'm suing the Pacers for misrepresentation. You know, they're supposed to be the Pacers, and yet they did a terrible job pacing.
Yup.
The Pacers used to pace their players' workload so they'd have to work in April, but never in May or June.
Yup.
And then the next thing you know, they're forcing them to work overtime.
Yup.
That's not a good pace. Now the Pacers have to let Tyrese take the whole year off in order to make up for that pace.
Just terrific basketball and also labor analysis there, Tony. And
Thank
well,
you.
now moving to the NFL, Dallas Cowboys player Cavante Turpin was arrested on 2 misdemeanor charges, 1 count of possession of an unlawful weapon and another count of possessing marijuana less than 2 ounces. And Tony, if you're Jerry Jones, you've just got to be disappointed here, don't you?
Oh, totally disappointed. You know, these charges are not what being a Dallas Cowboy is all about.
No.
Usually the charges are way bigger. You
Yep.
know, like grand theft larceny,
Yep.
attempted murder,
Yep.
actual murder. You know,
Yep.
if Turpin wants to show he's got what it takes to be a cowboy, he's going to need to start performing at a higher level. You know,
Yep.
like using more hardcore drugs and possessing and firing higher grade weapons.
Just a terrific breakdown all around there, Tony. And but on a more positive note, we must send our congratulations, don't we, to Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson married his
Yeah.
girlfriend, and you know, Tony, this is just so great to see, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, because a lot of people have been attacking Deshaun Watson for all the massage stuff. And well,
Yo.
I was reading about this, and he met his wife when he massaged her on Instagram. So,
Yo.
you know, obviously one woman out there didn't mind the massage stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
on.
I tell
Yeah, you know, what?
What are you? He didn't massage her on Instagram. He messaged her.
Oh, well, you can see how that's confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're illiterate.
Oh, well, I'm going to illiter your body parts on the highway.
Yeah, can't wait for
Shut
that.
up.
Yeah,
Stop
shut
interrupting.
up.
Yeah.
Stop
And,
talking.
stop talking. And on the subject of people ruining sports radio, let's get to Howard Eskin, you know, the local Philadelphia so-called sports radio legend.
Yeah, clown.
Yeah, he says sports radio is in decline because they don't do shows with solo hosts anymore.
Oh, please.
He said, this was his quote, he said, somebody had this grand idea of having 2 hosts so they could argue with one another. It's just good cop, bad cop. I'll take this side, you take this side, whether they believe it or not. After a while, I think people know that it's bullshit. And Tony, this idiot Eskin doesn't know what the hell he's talking
No.
about. I mean, this show, look at the show. 25 years on the
Yup.
air and counting.
Yup.
How many times have we argued over anything, been on the opposite sides of anything, Tony?
Zero goose egg.
Exactly, zero.
Yeah.
Like, if I say, name the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh, easy. That's a tie between Jalen Hurts and Nick Foles.
Exactly. No debate. And if I
course.
say, name the worst quarterback of all time,
Oh, Dak Prescott.
there you go.
Yeah,
Easy.
of
No
course.
debate again.
No debate.
I mean, if I say, name the most underrated performance in all of movie history.
Oh, Ivan Drago, Rocky IV.
See, there you go. No debate needed. I don't know what this Eskin's talking about, as usual.
His name should be Eskimo because his career is so cold.
Great one, Tony. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, all right. Look, we finally got the footage that we unearthed out of our producer's butt. Somehow found this Fanatics footage that he's been hiding.
He was trying to bury it. Yup.
Exactly. We're going to go ahead and we're going to show it to you. And it's coming up. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back from break. Okay, here we go. So let's just reset the whole table here, the whole picture. All right. So, a couple of weeks ago, Tony, you went to New York for Fanatics Fest, right?
Yeah, I did.
People wondering why I didn't go. Well, again, we'll
they
reset
messed up.
here. They messed up. They said it was a $5 million appearance fee. They assumed that was for two people. No, that's one per.
Each of us was supposed to get $5 million.
So, we said, Tony, just at a good business,
Yeah, exactly.
Now, we got wind that a lot of these collectors out there with their, collections were going to show up and show off everything they have.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to let them upstage us.
Are you
because
kidding?
If anyone who knows this show knows we have a better
We have
sports
the
card
best collection.
Exactly. Then, just look, I'm swimming in it here right now, Tony. I just picked this up right off my desk here. Look at this.
What is that?
It's an unopened pack of Don Russ baseball from like 1989, and you see on the front it says featuring Stan Musial puzzle.
Unbelievable. You can't find those anymore unopened.
You can't find this, and
No way.
because everyone was opening it to see if they could get that Stan Musial puzzle. But we got one.
Exactly.
Anyway, you had what did you bring there, Tony?
I was
you brought
cleaning
a
out
few.
my closet and I found a bunch of these. I have unopened 1990 Fleer football cards. So rare.
So rare. You
you
can't
don't see
get
these
this
anywhere.
Exactly. So we decided we'd bring this to Fanatics.
Yup.
Rub it in people's faces
Of
just to see
course.
how they'd react. And, well, you ran into some problems there, Tony,
Yeah.
but instead of talking about it...
Why don't we just
all
show
right,
them?
Producer, go ahead. Let's show the tape.
Yeah, hit play.
Tony Fusco here, #1 rated Paulie and Tony Fusco show. Don't be nervous, bro. Don't be nervous. Bro, how much do you think this pack here is worth?
Maybe 5 to 10 cents.
Bro, did you say 5 to 10 G's?
Cents.
I think you're jealous, Tim.
I'm a little
I
jealous.
think you're jealous. You want to see what we got in here, bro?
I want to see it.
Billy Ray Smith, bro. Oh my God. Look, Jim Harbaugh, when he was a player, not a lot of people know he used to play for the Bears, bro. Let's see, Cowboys. That's maybe worth negative 5 to 10 cents. Oh,
All right, that's the same.
look what we just pulled, bro. The man who made Phil Simms crap his pants, Reggie White. How much would you evaluate that, bro?
Double pack price.
20 cents, bro. Tim? You're off the show, Tim. You're off the show. Let's get out of here. He said this card, this mint Reggie White card was worth 10 cents. Bro, if you had to appraise this card, how many thousands of dollars do you think that's worth, bro?
I'm going to have to pass. You're an Eagles fan, so. Go Cowboys.
Oh, get out of here. Off the show, bro. What is this? This is Pokemon, bro.
And you're wearing a Cowboys hat. You're a loser, just like Dak Prescott in the playoffs.
Off the show! Off the show! Tony Fusco here with Darren Ravel. Darren, we have a very rare pack of 1992 Fleer Ultra cards.
Not rare.
Very rare.
Not rare.
You see, he's jealous. Okay, how much would you pay for this very rare pack of cards?
Well, now that you touched it, probably $3.
$3? He's jealous. Well, guess what, Darren Ravel? You're off the show, Ravel. You can go to Rohel. He's off the show. He's finished, Ravel.
There you go.
There you go. Just
There you
such
go.
perfect journalism by you.
Thank
and
you.
such clear jealousy from everyone there. I could
Unbelievable.
tell why Darren Rovell clearly worked with our producer to bury that
They wanted
footage,
to bury it. Exactly.
I didn't bury anything.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
don't worry. I'm going to bury you after
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Now,
get ready
shut
to meet
up.
my shovel.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anyway, let's just wrap the show there.
Yeah, let's wrap
A
it
perfect
there.
way to go out. Finally, you see the
Exactly.
footage. And hey, don't
Yup.
forget, visit our sponsor, Fresh
Wait.
Clean Threads.
Yup, make sure-
look, he's
yeah.
interrupting
Wait.
a sponsorship. That's coming out of your paycheck, bro.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
paying.
Yeah, what?
What do you want?
Corrections.
What? Just
What?
go.
When you were talking about the USA losing to Mexico in soccer, you said they played a game.
Yeah, bro.
So?
It's not called a game. It's called a match.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll show you a match before I light your body on fire.
Yeah, and you know who's never seen a match? You on Tinder.
Oh, great one,
Wait,
Tony.
wait.
What?
Yeah, shut up.
Wait.
What?
You said the NBA player was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
That's his name, bro.
No, it's not. It's Gilgus, not Gilgeous. He's the MVP. You should know his name.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to be found guiltiest of murder after I kill you.
Yeah, you're the MVP. Most virgin person.
Oh, great one, Tony.
Yeah, shut
up.
Oh,
Hold
what?
on.
Go,
I'm still
what?
going. What?
You said Clinton Portis was on the cover of Madden 05.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Remember it well, bro.
Yeah.
No, you don't. That was 07. Ray Lewis was 05. I just looked it up.
Oh, yeah, well, I hope you get to meet Ray Lewis, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. You know what's 07? Your penis measured in millimeters.
Oh,
you're done.
Great one, Tony.
He's
And
soaking.
guess what? Talking about the opposite side of that date, Tony. Booked on the show next week, just confirmed. Super Bowl hero, Eagles legend Nick Foles will be here.
Wow,
And now
that's
we can
huge.
finally do a plug for our sponsor because this guy won't
Yeah,
interrupt anymore. Idiot over there.
exactly.
Don't forget, visit freshcleanthreads.com. Enter the
Yeah.
promo code Fusco15. You get
Do it.
15%
The
off
best.
your entire order. And
Yup.
don't forget, you subscribe, you like,
Yup,
and
rate
you
and
rate
review.
and review
Yup.
on Apple Podcast. Tony,
Everywhere.
great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.